Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today let's analyze Tesla stock. I am a swing investor, and I will not consider the price changes of a stock 1 month later. This channel only makes short-term price predictions for stocks, usually 1 to 3 weeks. Welcome to subscribe to this channel. Tesla stock rose sharply last Friday, indicating that the market wants to push the stock price to a higher level. The trading volume of the stock has increased significantly in the past 2 trading days. Obviously, the stock has encountered some resistance at the current price level, and some funds have flowed out of the market, but these chips seem to be eaten up by the bulls. Of course, this wave of selling of the stock may continue, but the bulls may not let the stock price fall too much. The strong rebound after the deep correction of the stock price during Monday's intraday trading seems to prove this. In fact, the stock fell to around $220 4 times in March and April, but was pulled back by the bulls. Obviously, the stock has been intervened by bulls and regained control of the situation. We can see it more intuitively through the hourly chart of the stock. We can see that the stock had a wave of selling and released a large number of transactions from March 10th to 11th. After these chips were taken over by the bulls, the stock price rebounded strongly. But then the stock price seemed to be sold again by the locked-in capital at a high level, causing the stock price to fall again. However, the selling and stock price increase from April 9th to 9th meant that the bulls entered the market again to take over the chips, so the stock price was pulled back by the bulls again at around $220 on April 22nd. But the question now is whether the bulls who pushed the stock price up have exited the market in the past 2 days. In fact, the current price of the stock is only 30% of the profit margin from the lowest price in April, and it is reasonable for some profitable capital to exit the market at this position. But I think most of the chips sold in the market in the past 2 days may come from the same level of locked-in capital, because a large number of transactions were released at this position in late March and early April. But judging from the trading volume of the stock, the bulls who pushed the stock price up have not yet exited the market on a large scale and are still absorbing chips. Let's take a look at the weekly chart of the stock. In the 4 weeks before this week, the stock formed 2 bullish candles wrapped in 2 bearish candles. This is a solid bottom pattern. In the first 2 weeks, the stock released a lot of transactions, which means that a lot of money flowed into and out of the market in the first 2 weeks. But the strong rise in the stock price last week made the stock clear the bottom, and the bulls turned the situation around again. The stock just completed its first trading day this week, but it did release a lot of transactions. But it seems that it is not easy for the bears to significantly lower the stock price. Because the current stock price is at its highest level in the past 4 weeks, it means that the previous selling chips in the market have been digested by the bulls. So there is a high possibility that the stock will produce a bullish candle again this week. Let's take a look at the position distribution data of the stock. In the past 2 months, the stock has washed out chips in the $220 to $288.90 area, resulting in the accumulation of most of the stock's positions in this area. $259.60 is the watershed, and there are a large number of positions distributed in both the upper and lower areas of this price, but the position volume in the lower area is more. Obviously, the long capital that entered the market at a low level before did not withdraw from the market on a large scale. In the last 2 trading days, the stock has generated some positions above $270, but as mentioned earlier, this may be due to the selling of trapped capital at the same level. So will the stock rise further from this position? I think it is possible. But I would not be surprised if the stock price continues to consolidate above $270. But the consolidation time cannot be too long, otherwise the stock will be at risk of adjusting downward again. Let's take a look at the options data of the stock. This is the volume distribution of Tesla stock by strike price for May 2nd expiration. Obviously, the highest call option trading volume is $300. followed by $290 and $285. This reflects that a large number of investors believe that the stock will rise to $300 or above. It is worth noting that the volume of $320 call options is also large, which reflects that some investors believe that the stock will rise further on the basis of $300. We see that the relatively high proportion of put option trading volume of the stock is between $290 and $270. This reflects that some investors believe that even if the stock price pulls back, it is expected that the stock price will not fall below the $270 level. In fact, this is an interesting set of data. Although this set of data may change significantly in the next 1 to 2 trading days, it reflects that the current market sentiment of the stock is positive. Let's go back to the daily chart of the stock. Based on the technical analysis of the stock, I think the stock is still in a short-term bull market. The sharp surge in the stock last Friday caused the bearish forces to sell some chips, and this wave of selling may continue for another 1 to 2 trading days. But I think even if the stock price pulls back, it is expected to be difficult to fall below $270. Even if it falls below $270, I think the bulls will strongly block the bears again at the $259 level and push the stock price up again. Of course, the more positive prediction is that the stock price will rise further at the current price level and then soar to the $320 level. This means that the stock still has 11% potential upside. In short, I am currently bullish on the stock. Whether the stock price pulls back or not, the probability of the stock breaking through $300 is very high, but $320 may not be the top. The stock may rise further after the technical pullback, which needs further observation, because we have to see how the other large technology companies report their earnings and how the US negotiates with other countries on tariffs. Okay, guys, this is my price prediction for Tesla stock. Thank you for watching. If you agree with my analysis, please share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.